stop, whatever it is. When somebody say wait, you are supposed to wait to see what the person wants to do, not assume he wants to turn. So even if he wants to turn and is not comfortable in that position, why do you keep him there?
If he's not comfortable in the position and you keep him there, that doesn't mean it's a rape case. Like I said, saying no to the act.
Agree. If it's your definition,
No,
yeah,
no.
Are we recording? Are we okay? Good, we're recording.
Everybody say Jumoke is a loose girl. Jumoke is, I just can't seem to cut her loose. I know say Jumoke, you a loose girl. Jumoke, you a loose girl. But Jumoke got the juice, squeeze fresh from the forbidden fruit. Yeah, you want more fair gongo. You want more fair gongo.
I'm back. So let's talk about Bridgerton. I mean, Bridgerton has been, well, that's been on everybody's recommendation list since it came out December of 2020, and now we're getting around to discussing about it. And if you don't know us, this is me, Jules from Tea and Pepper Soup, and over here we have Jenny. So, thoughts. Let's go. What did you think about the series when you first saw it?
Well, I enjoyed it. Like you said, a lot of people were complaining about it, the diversity and all that, but I think it actually worked out. Yes, it was good.
The diversity thing, I think Shonda Rhimes took a risk with it, and it paid off big time. Because people who complain about the diversity thing, they forget the fact that the world is not made of white people. Yes, I get the fact that the whole setting of the drama and the elites at the time were predominantly white. I get that argument, but the people you are selling this to are not just white people. I mean, Netflix bought it. A Netflix platform, Netflix is basically all over the world. So you need people to want to relate up to the story you're telling, basically. And people forget that it's fiction. So get over it. It's fiction, it's just fiction, and then a little bit of reality or time kind of sprinkles on it. Then about the diversity thing, I have to pick up one point, something that Shonda Rhimes does. She likes the black and white thing. Like example, Scandal. The white president, black Karen Washington. Which other Shonda Rhimes do you even know about? Popular Shonda Rhimes.
The How to Get Away with Murder.
She had a white husband. The husband they killed was white. My point is that I get you're playing to the majority now. I get that, but I feel like when it comes to interracial couple, there's more than just white and black.
Mm-hmm. Thing. It's just how it works. Every person of color is just known as black, you know, and every white.
That's the thing. When you say people of color, they encompass the Asians, with the Southeast Asians, they encompass the Latinos. So that's, you say people of color is more general, is in a broader term. People of colors, the Asians come in, the Latinos come in, the blacks come in, whether they are African American or just African, we all come under that people of color, except you are European, then you are just.
So what I'm saying is, I know people, this also boils down to knowing that, you know, racism is still like heavy, it's still there, it's still a thing. People still see it like that. But the racism word is just, you know, with the media, people just kind of like died down, but it's still strong. Now, like I said, because they use, like, for instance, the queen was a black woman, that's a lot of white people might have found it very offensive.
Oh, it was offensive to them. They were like, Queen Charlotte wasn't black. I mean, there's no proof to say that she's from the black Puerto Rican, or is it Puerto Rican or Portuguese, a royal family. I think there was a news going around that she's from the black Portuguese royal family before she married the king. So everybody kind of calls her the first black royal. But they're like, oh, that is not proven. She was white and whatever. So yeah. So I
Yeah,
think
if they
I
did
go to
not
all
use,
these online sites and blogs that write about it, and I just like, oh, people calm down. It's Fisher.
if they did not use a sorry, go ahead.
there you go.
If they did not use a black woman and they probably just used someone not as black, probably not as white, but in between, a lighter skinned woman per se, it would not be this. It would still be a problem, but not this much.
Like she basically cast almost all shades we could find. Mrs. Lady, I mean, Lady Danbury. She was a dark woman. Then there was the Thompson girl. She was biracial. It was obvious. Then the Duke, and then the Queen. I was glad that she kind of touched different shades of black during the movie than just sticking to what we are normally used to when it comes to Hollywood, which is your biracial, the lighter the better.
A lighter skin is better, So, um, is it going to change anytime soon? Excuse me.
No,
Probably never change,
I hope it
So
does, but I
people
don't
do
see it
it in the
changing
design.
anytime soon.
No, it's not. Definitely not ever going to change. But the world we live in, people are like, oh, we don't want backlash, not because they change their mind, but because of how people will see them. So everyone is on this pretense, oh, for TV purposes, for critique, for whatever it is. And the only reason Bridgerton is the best movie for Netflix presently, or the best series or best whatever, is because of exactly what Shonda Rhimes did. And that's why it's more exciting. That's why I would want to go and tell someone to go and watch it. Because when it first started, everyone would be talking about the Duke. So it was like, oh, the Duke. And then every girl was like, oh, the Duke, every black girl, the Duke. And yes, he was a delight to have him. I cannot even lie. And I would say more delight to know that he's black, So there's just that thing. I connect with that kind of thing on a different level. And I'm sure that's how they gain more popularity and more people to watch. Up to date, Netflix has stated that this is their best-selling movie/series. And if they hadn't done that, like I said, there's a reason I don't watch The Crown. Because when I see the trailer, I'm like, okay, I'm sleeping.
So let's talk. I feel like we cannot move forward if we don't talk about the sex scenes. I think Bridgerton was this. I want to say something. They said they brought intimate, what do they call it? Intimate coach or something coach. It can't be intercourse.
It should be that sex thing.
Intimacy coach. Ha! English. Intimacy coach. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
that job would
Yeah,
be
definitely. They do have
so
those. Yes.
weird to do. So it's
They
like
have
on
those.
set,
Said.
you're like, now hold her like this. Put your hand, okay, you should moan like this. I don't I keep imagining everything when I heard intimacy coach. I was like, I mean, it did show like it wasn't your regular love scene. Like Bridgerton love scene stack like is the stake, is the love scenes to beat when you want to act love scenes. Let's just put it that way. Yes, that scene,
Ah,
it felt so real. It wasn't acting, it wasn't just pumping or like soft porn. It was, you felt like you've already been shopping for the Duke to start with, and then that's happening. You're like, oh, I'm blushing. So I felt like with the intimacy coach thing, it worked. If Hollywood hasn't been doing it, that should be their new thing. I mean, demand for intimacy coach will rise now. I
yeah.
swear.
They always have those. You
Are
understand?
you
They always
sure?
have those.
Then they should hire only
Yes.
this Bridgerton person because not only him or she nine work. I somehow I just feel like she's a she because it's only a woman that can, like that. Men don't know half of the thing happening.
It's just like having directors and producers. Everyone have their perspective on how they see things, how they interpret it, how they're teaching you, you know what I mean? So when you go into a movie, this director that did this one, his vision is different from this person. So I'll say it's the vision of that person. Do you
No, it's
understand
the
what I'm trying to
vision
say?
of the intimacy coach. It's not director.
Yeah,
Directors
that's what
have
I'm
been
saying.
directing for
That's the
years.
person. That's what I'm saying. That's you are trying to I'm trying to explain that they do have one of those on lots of these movies or series with love scenes and love making scenes.
I
What
don't
I'm
think they
saying
have
is
2,000 years later.
like that's what I'm trying to explain is the vision of that person that usually is portrayed. The is it the ban or the stopover or whatever. So
Oh,
it was something that
Jesus.
you
Fissing.
understand. Yeah, it was something that was never explored. Do you understand? They never had a chance to explore their relationship
No.
outside, the short moment they had at the garden, and you can tell how hot it was because either one of them, even though Daphne, she knew that she felt something for the guy. The guy knew, but he was denying it, and he did not really want to let himself go there, so it wasn't explored.
Let's
And then
say something. Duke was very, very experienced. But Daphne was new to the game. How many people can say that their first time was that to it? I don't have words for it. That's why I was like, because like what do you say?
yeah, that's the point I'm trying to make as to what the directors and producers were trying to achieve. Now, most love making scenes are like, oh, I love it, come. This was out of passion,
Hmm.
want, everything in between.
Ah,
And Daphne, she was excited. So on her part, she was excited. On the Duke's part, I would say he was excited too because he has never, even though it was experienced, he has never felt anything like, oh, trying making love with someone he was deeply in love
yeah.
with. You know what
And
I mean?
apparently he didn't
So
feel it
he was,
enough to want a child.
yeah.
Um the rape scene is not a rape scene, but like I'm saying the rape scene because people kept
Um,
calling it the rape scene. Ain't nothing rapey
the
about that
so-called
scene.
rape thing.
But let's talk
Mhm.
about that scene. Now, in the book, Daphne gave the Duke a lot of wine and then did what she did with him. That I would call rape. He didn't give consent for that. Now in the movie, now Duke can call him come. So yes, I get that at the end of it all, he wasn't totally on board because he wanted to pull out. But how do you call that rape? Because so many people were like, oh, I love the series, but I am so disappointed that they didn't really shed more light on the fact that Daphne raped whatever his name is. I just keep calling him the Duke, raped him, and they just kept talking about the fact that he was angry that she might be pregnant. And I'm like, did I watch the same thing? Or I just have a different interpretation of rape?
Uh, like I said, most of the if I'm sure if you do the research, most of the people saying this are probably people that read the book. So they're a little bit confused as to the interpretation because when it comes to reading a book, you kind of play visuals in your head when you're reading the book, you know. So I think they're just trying to like thinking in their head is maybe this is what the book was saying, trying to pull out. So like me, I didn't read the book, so I see it clearly. Now, why I would actually rule out the fact that it actually wasn't a rape was because he's he wasn't trying to like they say when you are in the act and one person says I'm no longer interested, you need to stop. At that point when the person says I'm no longer interested and you keep going, now that is a rape. The guy did not say I'm no longer interested.
You
He
go,
did
wait,
not
wait,
try
wait,
to
stop,
stop.
stop. He did. He was like, wait. He said, wait, wait. And Daphne kept humping.
No. He wasn't trying to stop. What he
He
was
was
trying to do
trying
was
to, like, stop not
no.
to. like ejaculate
No.
inside, like
No.
leave, let me on the whoever.
Yes, but not stop. I don't want to have this anymore. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So his problem was, it's just like saying, wait, let me turn around, or wait, let me take a new position. He wasn't saying, wait, let's stop this
You know,
altogether.
you cannot be
He was
confused
getting
this one.
inclined.
No, you can't be confused. If you are sticking with that your definition, she raped him. Me, I am not
No,
for that
no,
one. I'm saying she didn't rape because he was like,
no.
wait. And then he said, Daphne, meaning calling our attention that we should stop whatever it is. When somebody say wait, you are supposed to wait to see what the person wants to do, not assume he wants to turn. So even
But
if he
like I
wants to turn
said,
and is not comfortable in that position, why do you keep him there?
if he's not comfortable in the position and you keep him there, that doesn't mean it's a rape case. Like I
Oh,
said,
go, let's
saying no
agree
to
to
the
disagree. If it's your
no,
definition,
no,
yeah,
we're not going to
narrate.
no. Saying no to the act itself, and then the person continues. That is different. That
Girl,
is different. He wasn't trying to
that's
say,
your wait.
he
That's
was
your
getting to his climax. That is different. He was enjoying it and getting to his climax.
ego,
It
ego.
was something that he always did. The fact that he always, him himself, he always pulled out when
Ego,
he gets
that,
there.
this your explanation is dangerous. It's like a girl coming.
No,
No, wait, let me finish.
no,
Dangerous. You're saying that he said wait, not no or stop. That is dangerous. You're saying that now, for example, a girl being raped just because she didn't vocalize the word, the words no or stop, they
no,
can
I didn't say
brush
that.
it off.
I,
No,
I did
no,
not
no.
say
That
no.
can also apply. Someone can also give that argument
No,
that
I
she
did
didn't
not say.
vocalize that, so it's not rape.
Just I no, I did not say it's because he did not. He said use it. I did not say because he used the word wait. No, not the word. I said he did not want to stop the action. He just wanted
He wanted
to
to stop the
climax
action, so
outside.
that is stopping the action.
No, he
That's
wanted
upset
her.
for him to climax
No, no,
outside.
no. He wanted her because she tried to pin him down. He wanted it. If she did not listen now, if she did not try to pin him down and he got to that climax, he would have just pulled her to the side and done his thing. Do you understand? So because he thought that they had an understanding or she has accepted him always pulling out. And to be frank, they've never been in that position before. So she actually assumed that position so she can be able to pin him down. So I'm not saying about the word he used. He was not trying to stop the act they were doing. He just wanted
I
to climax outside.
I think those two sentences have contract. He was trying to stop so he can climax. You can't continue and then climax outside. He was trying to stop the act so he can climax outside. But you keep saying he wasn't trying to stop. He was trying to move so he can climax.
Well,
That is just syntax.
yeah,
He wanted her to stop so
because
he can climax.
we understand what that means, we know that now the second it's like a few seconds. So if he pulled out and
Obviously, it
did
only
his
takes
thing,
a few seconds for that to happen. But if she kept doing it, obviously he was enjoying it. It's not like he didn't say he wasn't enjoying it. He just didn't want to do something, but you made him do it.
you made him release in. Oh, okay, now
Ejaculate
you're
inside.
saying him releasing in her is the rape act. Is that what you're saying?
Exactly. Now,
Releasing in her is the rape act.
he didn't want that to
Uh,
happen. And she, oh, you wait. Don't make me rewind video. You were the one that said somebody can start something, but if the person says stop, you have to stop. If you don't stop, that is rape. That's why I'm telling you that. Are you just using words to say, oh, because he didn't say stop? He said wait.
no, I'm not saying
Before
about the
saying that,
stuff.
him is trying to
He
tell her to
wasn't
stop.
trying.
Even wait, let
No,
me explain. They started together, yes, but he was trying to tell her stop with the weight.
no. He just wanted to
God,
do
are
his
you
thing.
the
No,
Duke now?
no, Jules, no. That is not it. And you know that is not it. He
2,000 years later.
wasn't trying to go over the line. Now, this is it. If you are in the act and I say, I don't want to do this anymore. and then the person says you must do it, and they keep going. That is different. That could be.
Daphne
That
basically
is
did that, but without saying it. She pushed him down. She knew he was a man.
on.
She knew he was
Hold
close.
on.
She knew that she would
Hold
get
on.
away.
I'm trying to explain that can be considered as rape when you are in the act. He's not like he didn't want to do the act. Now get it. That's what I said. There's a thin line. He's not like he didn't want to do
He was
the
in the act, but he didn't want to do again now.
No, it's not like, because if he didn't want to do again, he wouldn't have gotten to his peak. Okay. Now that's what I said. That is the thin line essay. He wasn't trying to say, let me tell you something. He wasn't trying to say, Daphne, I'm no more interested. No. It was like, you know what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to do this end part outside. Let me do it outside as we normally do it outside.
You go. Okay.
Do you understand? It's not like he didn't want to do it. He wanted to do it, but not do it inside. Do it outside. Do you get my point? Now, when you are in the process and then someone says stop. Stop means maybe if I say I'm no more interested.
Stop. So because he did not use the word stop.
2,000 years later.
Okay. Tell me why wasn't it rape to you? Why wasn't it rape to you?
Why wasn't it?
Okay, give us. Yeah.
Why it wasn't rape to me? It wasn't rape to me because I'm probably coming from a vindictive side, just like Daphne was coming from. It wasn't rape. She didn't initiate it. Yeah, it wasn't rape to me based on she didn't initiate it, and my vindictive self.
They both did.
Wait,
they both
calm down.
Initiated it.
She was sitting in a room. He came to call her out. My vindictive self is telling me that you've been doing it because I don't know any better, and you've been, pouring the children wherever you're pouring them. So now I'm going to get my way with it, and then she got away with it. So for me, I just felt it was payback. That's the point I saw it from. Even all this argument of rape, it was until after the movie that I'm like, people thought this was rape. I mean, I read the book. The book was an obvious rape. It was incapacitated with alcohol. So that is understood. This one, they were both together on it. Now, my problem with you is not the fact that you agreed with rape. It's the explanation you were giving me for it not being rape. That's what I'm like. That's your explanation. Is it line of being dangerous, because that argument you are giving for the Duke's sake or for Daphne's sake for it not being a rape, if a girl brings a case of, because now we are seeing it from that point because the guy involved now. If a girl brings a case for rape and one lawyer or one person comes up with that explanation, I go run enter your life. I am serious.
No, that's
actually an explanation. That one because you kept saying stop and wait. And
no,
you're making like okay, fine. Okay, Ego, wait. Let's go with your wait now. Wait, I want to go to honor.
No, you're the one making emphasis on the word. Don't make emphasis on the word. That's like he gets there. He doesn't come out and go and help himself. He's already there. Then he rushes out and makes sure he doesn't just glitch in. You understand? Like leave him.
No, but no, that thing. Wait. I'm glad we can close this argument, but I get on that thing. See, that's when it started. It wasn't like and the girl was like, no, come inside me. It was like he was getting there. Like it was like that. Wait, like he was trying to hold it. I think he had like few seconds that he would have been able to pull out and do it. If he was on top of a woman at that point, and then the woman was like, oh no, don't come in, he would have come out and pulled out. But let's leave this argument alone, please. We spent like 20 minutes on it.
But if it was that serious, that's the point I'm trying to make. Like, if it was that serious, she didn't drag the thing out of him. He left it in her. So if it was that serious and he saw that the girl was pinning him down.
Now, girl, biology. She was on top. Okay. You go there and just put her inside and just like horse.
What I'm trying to say, if it was that serious to him, he could have stopped himself. Since it's that easy, stop yourself. Like it's not something that she can pull from you. Stop yourself.
In what word can a climax be stopped?
Okay, now you are the one contradicting yourself because you are saying now that you understand. So it cannot be stopped. So that's what I'm saying. And for someone to climax, is that you enjoyed yourself. You cannot now go and say, hello, I was raped. Hello. Eh. Because he is the man, and the girl, there's no how she overpowered him, as small as she is. If it was rape, he would have just used one hand to put her to the side. He was weak. And we know a moment of passion like that is weakness. It was weak. And she took advantage. And in the court of law, he lied.
Court of public opinion.
Law, public opinion, whatever. He can father children. He made her think he couldn't father children.
That was my bone.
Not that he
yes.
don't want to father children. So the court of law, court will even tell him, you know what, go to the sperm house and ejaculate as much as possible and bring it for her to put in her body because you lied.
I don't think any law supports that. So.
I'm just saying. Or they dissolve the marriage or something, but it will favor her.
But do you know that the first scene when at first when it was like, I can't give you children, I had my like suspects. I mean, obviously I've read the book, but like I had my suspect even while reading the book, like, oh, it probably is important. But then we know he had issues with his father, so it could be something else. But like with that love making scene, like, oh, both of you have realized you love each other, and then when he pulled out, I felt cold. Like ice cold. My blood just ran cold, like, and girl was still smiling. I was like, the naivety of everything.
And she didn't know what it was. She had to go and ask, like,
I was
her mother, that
my
thing.
toes.
And coming on to the whole mother thing, and that is where it comes to how do you come about grooming your child for marriage? Grooming your child
for sex. It doesn't have to be for marriage. Your child should have a well-rounded sex education. It's not only left for the boys.
No, that's what I'm saying. She, like in the society on that Bridgerton, all the girls were being groomed
for marriage.
So how can you groom someone that well? How to sit, how to speak, how to, drink, sip your tea, she knows everything, but you failed the most important part. You are telling her this is how you're going to live your life, this is how you're going to treat your family when you start having kids. And she doesn't even know where
the babies come from.
7-year-old
question, no.
When we were young, we used to think that, when our father and mother, their body touch each other, boom, on the bed. Babies.
There were some mothers that used to tell their children, maybe they say seeing period, like, if boy touch you, you'll get belly.
So that was the thing they made us believe.
Somebody mentioned that thing to me in secondary school. I was like, I could not just figure that there's something seriously wrong with your mother.
And I believe that too, because I'll be like, when they say boy should not touch you, I don't want to. Even I used to tell my brother, I'm like, don't touch me, please. Oh, I cannot come. I'm pregnant for my brother. Like, it's like, don't touch my hand. Don't. There was a thin line. Yeah, there was a time. They're like, I want boy touch you. What do you mean by touch? You make it. We all know touch is touch. So you say when a boy touches me, I get pregnant. I'm like, don't touch me. So the girl was you can't prepare someone that way, and you have 8 children.
My mother can prepare you. My mother would bore it into your mind like a scar. Mother sex education talk is the one you want to just leave your mind. But it was useful at the end of the day. All are very vividly painted mental images were very useful.
Yeah, it's not like it wasn't useful, but this is just telling to say, we shouldn't run away from sex education. We think that not educating children about sex and sexual orientation
spoil them.
But you're doing them a disservice, because children are very interested. They are very inquisitive. They want to know everything. So when someone comes and say, do you know if you do this, and I'm like, oh, really? They want to explore. Because
favorite characters in the movie, what would you say is your least favorite character in the entire movie?
List. Me and you talked about this before. But with the whole
your least favorite.
I know with the whole critics that's outside, I don't want to say this, but I'm not saying it due to just only the fact that she was Black. and then I would say the queen, like I said, because I felt like, yeah, I told you that before, because I felt like, not because of the fact that she's black, I just felt like her in her role. The first scene I saw her in, I was like, oh, good. But I felt like they just kind of like killed the whole elegance of the like I said, the truly
The
enjoy
queen
watching her
was
as
one of my
queen.
favorites. She was even the only person in the movie giving me costumes. The queen just has a resting bitch face, like I said. And I think Aro needed the resting bitch face. My
You don't
least favorite
understand.
character will be Anthony. Anthony Bridgerton. No, Anthony. I digress. It will be the Frederick thing. Well, I don't know what their father's name is. His first name is. But that
It's that.
Frederick man is just an aristocratic Frank from Shameless.
Oh my goodness,
We all
casting.
know your best character is the Duke. I am not going to ask that question. I'm just going to ask about the list. I'm not going to ask about the favorite right now.
So everybody, my best character is the Duke. Hey, Duke Hastings. Man, my own was, why was like, man, Daphne, and then Banks. But I've done a better job.
Jeez,
Like,
that
hey,
bang was an atrocity.
how did the band just be
About the bang.
like, give me a
Why is he hanging there? What was wrong with hair and makeup? Like, chop it off or comb it to join the rest. Why is it there? And they keep
like every time I
emphasizing the bang. I think I even preferred the bang in the beginning when it was coiled like two horns. I was like, okay, I can survive this bang. But then the other sister was like, what is going on?
it felt
It's almost
like a
like
child's school.
she's talking and her bangs are distracting me. My eyes can't get off it. Like, what is going on?
And he starts from the edge and ends right there. It's like starting from here and end right here. I'm like, but yeah.
Series, we knew that people like Daphne, the Duke, even the Queen for the role she played would become popular. But the breakout star for me was Lady Danbury, that black lady that was the Duke's mom's friend.
Oh, I've said the Duke as well. We know he's been acting, but this is like,
No, I mean
hello, start.
no, I don't say the Duke because he had a leading role. This woman was just a supporting role, but she
But I tell
shined for that
you,
role.
yeah, yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Tea and pepper soup. Where do you find Bridgerton for you?
I've said pepper soup, but in my mind, it's actually tea, but just for the Duke. Hi, Duke Hastings. I'll leave it at pepper soup.
Come on, go. Come on, be going. Go. Oh my god.
Call me,
Every time I say Duke, I just feel my face getting warm. Good thing I'm not a white girl, I'll be red.
you know,
Mm.
call me, Duke. Call me. Even if you see this video 10 years from now.
I used to think corsets are so uncomfortable, but that Duke just like, darling, come with me.
And then
Yeah,
how
I'll
you
tighten my corsets. No more waist.
you standing like those ballet dancers, always standing on pole.
I'll be like, who need breath? I do not want to breathe. Take my lungs, tighten it. Let's go. Let me wear
Man,
that corset.
every time the camera went away from him, I'm like, go back, go back. We've not had enough. Just take it back, take it back.
Definition of eye
Show.
candy. Oh,
It was very refreshing. I cannot even, like, every scene I saw him, there's this excitement. I'm like, show me more. But I did not have enough. I told it line. It was too short.
yeah, that's what for me. Bridgerton was on a pepper soup level because I binged and forgot that I had something to do the next day. Like I binged the day break, and then I was like, I don't read. But that being said, I already read book two, so I don't know if they are going to go on the path of book two and just I think they would if season 2 come and just follow basically Anthony's life. But I would have loved to see more of the Duke in season 2.
I think they will consider it based on,
That would bring viewers back.
how people are taking. Yes, that would definitely bring me back, because if we're going to be looking into Anthony's life, miss me. Yes, please. I just may not, I might watch it, but not right when it comes out, that kind of thing.
But
Like, if I see it and then I
Shonda
don't see the
Rhimes might
Duke,
go into a war room and be like, let's write a Golden Globe script and just
and it's all about the money. It's all about the money. They
and
need to
then she
follow
will
the
just
money,
write something and you will forget about Duke Hastings because they be bringing you some very cool scene with Anthony and his love interest.
okay. Okay, baby.
That's it for
Because
our show, people. Thank you. Thank you so much for watching our review, our reaction. Please give this video a thumbs up as it helps the YouTube algorithm help our channel. And most importantly, to subscribe to our channel, click the subscribe button, your notification bell, so you do not miss any more of our video. If you do have any recommendation, let us know down below in the comment section, and come to the comment section. Let's discuss this. I mean, we had a lot of things I felt like we should agree to disagree. Let's know where you stand. And that's it for this video. Bye bye.
Bye.